You're watching Election 2019 coverage from WBONTV.com.
Farmer and owner of Kentucky Cannabis Company, Bluegrass Hemp Oil, Bill Polyniak, feels so strongly about farming, agriculture, and business that he moved to Kentucky to be around what he says is a state he and his family fell in love with. He wants to take his experience further to Kentuckians and is doing so by running in the Republican primary for Commissioner of Agriculture. The impetus for him running, he says, has been his integral role in hemp production statewide. Polyniak states in 2014 he was awarded a prestigious pilot program to cultivate the now legal and destigmatized crop. Polyniak's company, he adds, was the first to bring American hemp to Kentucky as a Kentucky proud product across the state and nation. Polyniak says that his company remains one of the largest producers and distributors of Kentucky-grown hemp products, such as CBD oil, which has medicinal benefits. Polyniak also says in the sit-down that the unemployment rate in Kentucky is staggering, and he believes a clear solution to this would be a revitalized interest in Kentucky agriculture and smaller-scale farming.
I've always been kind of in ag-related businesses throughout my 20-plus year work career, and that's kind of that ag-related business is what led me to Kentucky about 14 years ago. In 2014, I was awarded then the 5th hemp pilot program in the state of Kentucky to cultivate hemp, specifically for cannabinoid research. At that time, a lot of people were talking about fiber production, using hemp to make insulation for homes, and seed oil. And we had another use for the resin from the flower, and that was to make cannabidiol oil or CBD oil for children like my son. Unfortunately, some of that legislation that I was telling you that was passed in 2016 that moved Kentucky backwards is that we cannot have hemp within 1,000 feet of school. I was an FFA kid, and I would have nothing more loved to been able to have the opportunity to cultivate hemp in my high school. Because of the education and everything, people are moving away from tobacco, and this, the quality of hemp, if we're growing quality hemp, the value of it will surpass tobacco. With the research that's already out there showing cannabidiol is providing benefit to people with opiate addictions. So this is something now Kentucky farmers can actually farm. We can get it in the hands of these users at affordable prices, and we can start to really make a social change in our society. For the first time in history, we have a huge population that is obese and poor. Nowhere else in history has that ever taken place. And so I think that the real solution to this is not day-old Cheerios or day-old donuts at a food bank for somebody. I think the real solution is going to be back to work, back to jobs. And then as those people get jobs in their community, supporting their local food banks and their local churches to help those and their neighbors when they're down and out. We hear some of this marketing stuff about being food deserts in certain areas. It's because of the demographics in that market dictate, for whatever reason, quality food's not coming, whether it's the economic impact of that area, where it's not sustainable to have that store there anymore because just the sheer economics of that area. That's why I come back and say it's very important that we work on jobs. Let's worry about hand-ups, not handouts. Wow, but it's still very important to support those local faith-based charity programs. Kentuckians have a real opportunity May 21st to make a change here in Kentucky. They have two clear, distinct paths. One of somebody that's already proven and has a record of fighting for Kentucky and bringing good things to Kentucky. And then the other path of more of just wait for somebody in a foreign place or another outside area to tell us what to do. And I think that's dangerous to Kentucky farmers.
You're watching Election 2019 coverage from WBONTV.com.